it's so much hate.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Tim, I don't even think your mic on. You sound like you in a dungeon.
Who, me?
No, Tim.
Oh.
Keep him in the dungeon. Keep him in the dungeon.
Put him in the bathroom.
Let me cook. What's going on, everybody out there? Listen, this is the only station that you get the best right after the game. Analyst, play-by-play. Eagles bring it home. Let me get it for one more time. This is how they do at the game. We at the game is like this. E-A-G.
For the W.
Beautiful, beautiful victory, man. They took about at least 8 to 10 years off my life. I think my whole family aged at least 2 to 3 years in that last couple of moments. That was something. You could break a lot down this game. First of all, I know we do normally just at the end of the show. Saquon Barkley, he got to get some type of game ball. 190. What did he end with? I know he had 196.
205.
Ended with 205. We could break down how this game ended, how it came so close. But ultimately, the Eagles, do y'all understand? Y'all Philadelphia Eagles are hosting the NFC Championship game versus division rival Washington Redskins. It don't get no better.
Oh! You can't say that. Washington who?
I'm sorry. The Washington Commanders. The Commanders. I forgot. I apologize. Against the Washington Commanders. Okay. We are the host team. They got to come through the link. You got to love it. And I actually like that our game is first. So as a football fan, I can sit back, relax after this podcast and just calmly enjoy the Ravens and the Buffalo game. I'm rooting for the Ravens, but I have no real heartfelt stake in it like this game. So now I could just relax and enjoy the game. But what's your thoughts on the game? Eagles pull out a victory. Coast 6.28-22 victory. No time left on the clock. I mean, the fourth down, end of the game, turnover on downs. We won. What's your thoughts?
I know you give Saquon Barkley the game ball. Can y'all hear me? Am I coming through clear?
Yeah.
But that boy Jalen Carter, man.
Yes.
That
what we needed though.
The sack and the pressure made him throw a bad pass, man. He's everything the Eagles wanted him to be, and he's living up to the hype. I know his rookie season, he started off like a shot from a cannon, but he kind of hit that rookie wall. But he is a real problem. Ever since Aaron Donald retired, he might be the best defensive tackle in football right now.
I believe he is.
That dude can play. He plays the run. He plays the pass. He does everything. And Bond. But shout out to the defense, man. Saquon carried the offense, but the defense, especially in them snowy conditions, it's hard to get your foot in. It's hard to cover them dudes. I was ready for upset, man. I was ready for upset. We could talk about the offense all game because the offense, the things they do sometimes boggles my mind. It feels like the Eagles make it hard on themselves. Then that's a sense. But I'll let everybody get their thoughts in. We'll go ahead and talk because we got Jalen Hurts is going to get it dressed.
I really wasn't concerned even with early on with us not until Mitchell went down. Because when you started having key parts of your secondary going down, now it's like a whole bunch of musical chairs and people getting moved around. They started attacking the bull. Rodgers actually didn't play horrible. Like that one play, he had the interception. Boy just roaded from him, you know. Yeah. But that being said, our defense stepped up and did the thing. The play calling was very suspect. Jalen Hurts, in my opinion, held on to the ball too many times, too often this game. Too long, too often this game. I'm not putting the game on him, like saying that we almost lost because of him. Because A.J. Brown, also all that crying and stuff he do for the ball, he almost blew it early. It was a couple plays he could have made that could have gave us that cushion and everything else too. But he came back and played better. But Jalen Hurts is going to be an issue. If he don't got that mobility, it's an issue. It's an issue that got to be looked into.
I can agree with that.
Go ahead. That ball. Go ahead, Tim. Come on.
All right, yo, chill. You got your own time.
No, wait, right. When y'all be pausing like that, I'll be ready to jump in. So go ahead, man. Go ahead.
You know that's how I be.
All right, here's what I want to say. It was a good game. It was a stressful game, but nonetheless, I'm okay. I'm a little worried now because we lost some key, like the young boy, Quinyon. We lost him during the game, so I'm a little nervous now about our back, not our backcourt, but our corners. I'm also learning Jalen. We don't know how Jalen's going to be with that knee. I mean, he sustained a severe knee injury, and we don't know how it's going to be. What I do know is he set the tone. He set the tone in the game though by having that big run to score the touchdown. That was huge for us. That's put us up. But Jake Elliott missed the extra points, 2 extra points, kind of got on my nerves a little bit because we don't know. He's been inconsistent all year long. So one day it's going to cost us a game, and that's what I'm a little bit worried about. But all in all, everybody, you can't. This is a messy game. It was going to be a sloppy game because you're playing in the snow. You're not playing in ideal conditions. So everything that we think should go a certain way is not going to necessarily always do that. What I do know is Jalen hit a couple of good slant passes to AJ to get them first downs that we definitely needed. Big time catches by AJ, even though, and then Jalen had AJ at the 2-yard line, a perfect pass slipped right through his hands. That could have put us up by like almost 2 touchdowns. So Jalen did a lot of good. I didn't like the safety that he took. I feel that they kept when it came up the center. It was a couple times. Like one time, it was the Gainwell missed the block. When Gainwell missed that block, and I think Ephraim actually showed he did an illustration.
That wasn't on a safety though. That wasn't on a safety play.
It doesn't matter. I'm saying that was a key pass that because what happened was, if you notice, Jalen was trying to stay in the pocket. He was like, I'm gonna stay in the pocket and I'm gonna work from the pocket. He didn't just get out trying to run. But he trusted the offensive line, and offensive line a lot today kind of let him down. They let him down.
Even though you trust your offensive line, but you still have to have a clock in your head.
Right?
Yes.
On the safety, he had time. I don't want to hear no excuses on the safety.
So you said on the safety he had time.
He had time to throw it away. Yes. While inside the pocket, he could have threw it away.
Go ahead.
Even I'll give him the one where the running back didn't pick it up, but it was 6 other sacks.
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah, go ahead.
Another one, he got taken out of field goal range. It comes to a certain point, you got to get rid of that ball. You can't beat everybody. Hold on, say somebody.
Go ahead, dog. Go
ahead. We take care.
We got you from here. No, I agree with that. My thing is, Jalen actually had a very solid game because people talking about we only had 128 yards passing. If you add to that the AJ Brown flat out drop, the one with Smitty got hit. Now Smitty, I give him that he got hit, but that still was like a 30-yard pass downfield.
Perfect pass.
You also take away the one to screen it through the Goddard, which went for like another 25 yards that they called back because the offensive lineman was the dude. What's his name? Burt. I can't remember his name. He was further downfield, whatever. So they called that penalty. So he literally had over 100 yards taken away from him because of either penalties or drop balls. That being said, if you get sacked 7 times, you have to take the responsibility for at least half of them. And I agree. Some of them joints he held way too long. You got to get that ball out of your hands. That one was when Rodgers on that 2nd and 8 when we was driving before half. And not Rodgers. Gainwell missed the block. I'm not blaming Jalen at all for that. Gainwell was looking at the dude and for some reason didn't step up. He blows the block completely. Jalen gets sacked. Stuff like that, I'm not blaming on Jalen. That safety and a couple other sacks in between, I got to leave at Jalen's feet. He got to get that ball.
I got it. No. Wait.
No, I'm just saying, which sacks you talking about that you said?
Guess what? I'm going to tell you what about you tomorrow. It was a perfect pass. It's not a perfect pass when you throw a pass in and as soon as your receiver touches the ball, he getting lit up. That's not a perfect pass. If you ever hear when Shannon Sharp talks about it, he said he didn't realize how good a quarterback John Elway was until he played with another quarterback. And he knew John Elway always threw the ball where he wasn't going to get wrecked. So he just was going for the ball and trusted every time until he played for another quarterback and almost got killed. So I'm saying that to say with Jalen, even with the AJ, I can't really defend AJ because he hit a for who for what. But that ball was going into traffic. He was about to get lit. The same way Devontae got lit.
Oh, you talking the one he dropped?
Same way. No. I'm talking about the end zone one. I'm talking about early on. I'm talking about the end zone one was completely on AJ. I'm talking about the alligator arm one. he was running them into like 3 people waiting to light him up.
Because he complained about not getting the ball and double coverage. So he said, I give it to you double coverage.
So that's what you do? Hold on. When your receiver complains, you say, now you catch that now. That's what you do? You set him up?
No.
Is that what you do?
No, that's not what you do. But if he's saying give it to me regardless, if you give it to me, I'm open and I give it to you and you alligator arm it. No.
He wasn't open. If you're throwing him, leading him into defenders to hit him.
No.
He the same way he led Devontae into getting rocked. He led Devontae into getting rocked.
I mean, but in all fairness, you see that every week. Quarterbacks got to make tight. This is the playoffs. You playing against top.
Quarterbacks got to have a big arm to make it in the tight places. You stop trying to throw them volleyball.
Yeah, he got it there. The bottom line is all those throws you talking about got it there. You act like somebody
got it there when the defender was there. That's hard.
But it still got it there. I seen whatchamacallit last week. So a couple of them. I mean, not last week, just yesterday. Throw a couple of them passes. Both Matt, what's his name? Mahomes and the boy CJ Stroud threw them passes. Their receivers caught and got hit moments after catching the ball. That's the NFL in the playoffs. So you
these dudes got hit. Devontae got hit as soon as he touched the rock. As soon as the rock got to his hands, he got lit.
What are you expecting?
Listen, Devontae didn't alligator arm it though.
Listen, AJ got to catch, bro. This is playoff.
AJ didn't alligator arm it, then he might not have been in down the stretch. Then what?
Nah, come on, listen, bro. If you would have got hit, you gonna get hit whether you drop it or not. We all know that in the league. If somebody come and hit you gonna
get hit that. AJ ain't get hit that play.
Yeah, because he wouldn't have got hit either way. If AJ would have caught it, I'm telling you, a lot of times both be thinking. No, he wasn't getting hit. He wasn't getting hit like that. I'm telling you now, he wasn't getting hit like that. You got to make them tight throws in the playoffs, and sometimes as soon as you catch it, you got a step or two or less before you getting hit. That's just the way the game go in the playoffs. I understand you don't want to throw your player into a hospital ball like Josh Allen was throwing last week, but we ain't gonna talk about that. But
Josh Allen.
Did he not? I know that's your man. He threw a couple hospital balls last week, but we're not going to talk about that. When we talk about, we're here to celebrate. Jalen Hurts going 15 for 20, 128 yards, had a beautiful 50-yard run to get the game popping. We forget about that. Ain't nobody talk about Jalen Hurts galloping to the end zone with people grabbing all over him and he dragging catch. Beautiful. Jalen is the man. Yo, if you hating on Jalen, you just a hater and you mad that we winning.
All I said was we in trouble if Jalen if he don't got that mobility.
Jalen got hurt. Was that a sack where he held the ball too long?
One of those plays, did he scramble or that was a sack? Which one? I think it was scramble.
He was trying to scramble. It was a sack. He held the ball too long. It was a sack.
I think his first inclination still is a run, and that's why he holds the ball and then he thinks he can run.
Get rid of that ball, though.
That game was a running game, Ethan. You said it yourself. To me, that game for a quarterback was primarily a game. The way they was playing defense on Jalen, he had more than enough opportunity. I actually thought he should have ran more than he did. I think he ran 7 times. But they say he gets 7 times for 70 yards. I actually think he should have ran 12 and just kept getting down like the Russell Wilson run slide. They were actually even a couple plays. And let me back up a little bit. I will have to get that boy Jared. What's his name? The boy from the Rams, Jared Verse. I gotta get him. He backed up everything he said, bro. He backed up everything. All the fact you talking, my G came to play. I gotta give a nod to that dude. He was absolutely balling. And I also got to give a nod to my man, Zach Bond. He is the real deal. He's been balling all year. He made some great plays this year in the backfield, swatting down balls, getting tip passes, the whole 9. So just as good as they were playing, we matched that energy. It was a great game. It was a great game. The NFL won today with that game. I don't know what this Buffalo game going to look like, but this game was a huge win for the NFL. Both teams play hard. We just played harder and got the victory.
You know,
the Lions Detroit game was good too, though.
You know what's crazy about this game though is it was a lot of opportunities that it could have went total. It could have been a lot easier for us. It was a lot.
That's my point.
Inflicted like that, the first starting off, Slay not catching that interception. That could have made it. We could have had them on their heels right there. That was right in the stands.
You can't expect that, and you can't expect that. It's a reason why they're cornerbacks. It's a reason why they're cornerbacks.
I've seen Slay make some beautiful. No, not Slay. You might be talking about some other cornerbacks.
No, I'm talking about all cornerbacks. It's a reason that they are cornerbacks.
Darius Slay.
I kind of agree with Tim on this one.
Darius Slay is a ball hog. If he's going to take it.
That's a big
big play. He broke a whole bunch of stuff.
No, but I do agree with Tim about the interceptions. I mean, the only thing, the Isaiah Rodgers interception, not interception, John. My only thing, it didn't look like he jumped too early for that. When you jump too early, you start coming down. In my opinion, at that point, don't pick it, just swat it down. I know the game is happening fast, don't get me wrong, but I think he should have swatted that down instead of try to go for a pick and then give him a big play. What's up, Sergeant Bass? He said it's his birthday. He needed this for his soul. Listen, I'm telling you, bro, this game was one of them Johns, bro.
Yeah, appreciate you too.
Appreciate you for that, for real. This game was one of them games, bro. That if you won or lost, it took a lot out you. It took a lot out you. Whether you won or lost, you was mentally and emotionally drained after this game was over, bro. Because at 4 minutes and 20 seconds, when Saquon broke off a 50, 60-yard touchdown run, it was no telling me this game wasn't over. And then all of a sudden, with a minute and something left in the game, they driving to win the game, bro. I was emotionally spent.
Hold up. I was out in the snow doing snow angels, yelling in the street at the Saquon ran. I came back in like, wait, where they going?
Bro, that joy had me emotional up and down.
It felt like I need
hand. Is Saquon hand?
Like I was playing.
Hand, all right. Saquon looked like
I don't know. He'll be all right. It felt like I was playing. I want to see what's up with Quinyon. It felt like I just finished playing the game. Like I need to ice up and go get some rest, get something to eat. I ain't been that stressed in a long time, man.
Yeah.
But my oldest said the same thing. He said
it is some things I feel the Eagles do, the play calling on offense. To me, that makes it harder for them, and I really don't understand it. Even the play, why you roll out on that second down and get sacked again? Like, what's going on?
I need to know who called that was.
Yeah, me too. Come on, man. Do something. If you're gonna do something, do a screen or something. Do something simple. Don't do nothing dangerous like that. Because when you
I wouldn't mind that, but I wouldn't mind that if Jalen's completely healthy. You know, he has a knee brace on and it's snow out. That was a horrible call. Whether it was up to Jalen to choose whether to hand it off and keep it, or if it was an outright call for that from the offensive coordinator, it was a horrible call, especially considering the situation with Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, shout out to the boy Orm Burks. He fielded nice for N'Kobe Dean.
He did.
He played a heck of a game. Like he had that 1 week of game planning. He didn't miss a beat. He had a big sack in the game. He just was all over the ball.
I agree.
Shout out to the young boy.
Yep, I agree.
I still feel comfortable at the linebacker position.
I think Washington is the real test of all these playoff games.
I agree.
And the way we played the last two, it don't make me confident going into this game.
Yeah, that penalty on the goal line, I do, Anton. That penalty on the goal line almost cost us. I actually.
Oh yeah.
See that, and this is what Ethan, and to Ethan's point and Tim's point about the bad play calling. Why are you on second and goal at the 2? Why are you in shotgun formation? Like why? Then you run that play. Saquon loses like 2 yards. So then on the third down, he has to make up for those yards, and that's when he came within an inch. And honestly, that could have almost went either way. But okay, we short. He comes within an inch of scoring. So now you're in a position, you're in a 4th and 1, where if you would have just ran I formation, power formation, with your fullback in there, even if he didn't get any yards, more than likely he's not losing 2 yards like he did in the last play, and you're in better position for either a brotherly shove or to run the ball again. This is the stuff that it just is. I know sometimes you have to get a little creative. I don't want to say don't get creative, but sometimes it's too much trickery. Like the Detroit game yesterday, for example. Detroit's trying to drive. Not Matthew Stafford. Goff is playing solid, and then they go for a wide receiver, flea flicker type pass. Like what are y'all doing at this point in the game? It's not time for that. You got to get into the end zone with the ball in the hands of your quarterback, your best player, and you got your wide receiver throwing an interception. That's just dumb to me. And we almost did that today with the rollout, like Ethan's talking about, and then on the goal line, you hand it off out of shotgun. Come on, bro. Come on, this is getting crazy.
Hey, Chris McCatchen, I agree, and I've been saying it looks as though they use a different ball with the kickers and stuff. I feel like it's something with the ball. Like
telling you that.
I mean, yeah, you did, but I mean, I've been saying it's something. I actually been saying too. It's something to me. It's something to it. You got too many kickers that've been solid over the years. That's all of a sudden this year they missing extra points and 30-yard field goals. When just in the last couple of years, we were seeing the influx of kickers kicking 60-yard bombs and 50-yarders. It was like nothing to it. Remember, there's like 50-yarders was nothing to it. Now all of a sudden, kickers struggling to make. I feel like the NFL tweaked something a little bit. And Elliott may be cooked, but also Justin Tucker for the Ravens and some of these other teams. There's been a lot of kickers missing. Whereas though for the last couple of years, we was having kickers booming 50-yard is easy.
So you think they need more practice going into next year, and they'll probably be back on track with that football? Maybe that I don't know, but all-season practice and all that with the new football, maybe back on track.
The NFL might have did something to make it where it's harder to kick field goals now. I don't know. Maybe that's what they want to do.
It just could be one of those years. It could just be one of those kind of goofy, weird years where everybody just started missing and return back to.
It could be, but I don't trust the NFL because they're good for manipulating stuff.
They don't got no excuses for them extra points though. No excuses for that extra point.
I agree, but go ahead.
On the goal line play, we got the penalty. Remember the first play when Saquon ran it down to the 1? You don't go for the
brotherly shove there.
But then on the 4th down, you set up to go for it. Like what's going on here?
I agree.
Well, I think because they really didn't want to do it because Jalen was hurt at that point, which I understand. Like
I could go
at that point, it's like, I mean, because at that point on 4th down, it's like, listen, we got to go with what we got. Like we got to go with what works for. We got to go with the bread and butter at that point. But up until that point, it's like if you already know he's already dinged up and he hurt a little bit, so that means if his knee is hurt, he may not have as much push on that brother, because that's the whole thing is his leg strength on that brotherly shove. So if his knee is damaged, that strength, he don't got as much strength on that push, and it put him in the chance to get hurt even more. So I'm not mad that they didn't go for it right away after that.
I can see that, but that's why I said at that point you got to get in the power formation, get your fullback out there, line him up. They brought a fullback in midway through the season, if I'm not mistaken, where he been. So power up.
Somebody said Hurt said he's not comfortable going under center. Is that true?
That's who they lying.
I don't know. I never heard that.
We know that, we know that's what they do because when Hurts didn't play them 2 games, they wouldn't go on the center. Then that's just
they went on the center. They went on the center.
It was a couple times they didn't go on the center like that.
They did a lot of movement in the pocket. They did a lot of things I've seen with that third string that they didn't do with Hurts.
Listen, Hurts is good. Hurts has led us back to the championship game 2 out of 3 years, and he's about to lead us back into the Super Bowl. Because I don't know. I know y'all.
He ain't leading jack squat today. When Saquon in the defense led us.
No,
he was playing with us.
Who got our first touchdown? Oh, okay. All right. I thought it was Jalen Hurts. Maybe I don't know.
No, it wasn't.
I mean, Jalen Hurts also gave points up too. So
maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I thought he got our first touchdown. I thought he went 15 for 20, only 5 incomplete passes, and let our team down and threw a pass to.
No, you're right. That first drive was beautiful. You know how Tim like to rip the coaches. Oh, them scripted plays is trash. It looked like the only time Jalen really worked was some scripted plays today.
I mean, but I know y'all scared of Washington. I'm telling you right now, Ethan is. He's definitely afraid. We're going to beat the brakes off of Washington.
I'm not that I'm scared of Washington.
You scared? You said this is
quarterback has a much bigger upside than Jalen Hurts.
Well, why are we talking about upside? We talking about here and now, right now.
Right. He's good. Our defense is going to destroy him. Remember,
that young boy has.
We got a lot of fear.
That young boy has zero fear of anything. I haven't seen him rattle yet. Right now, bro. He a rookie. I ain't seen him rattled by nothing.
He hasn't. I give him all the props of the world. You're never gonna catch me hating on him.
Pickett, and he would have lost to Pickett if Smitty didn't drop a wide open pass going across the middle of the field, wide open, that he would have had a walk-in touchdown. That's the only why Washington became close to beating us. Because Jalen Hurts was on the bench. When Jalen's system come back this week, I'm telling you right now, Washington is going to get their doors kicked in next week. So y'all can be scared all y'all want, but it's going to be easy work. I'm telling y'all heard it here.
If we're talking about a straight-up matchup, I'm not worried about it. I am concerned about it. If Keon Mitchell was hurt, that's a
Quinyon, man.
Quinyon, he's been on the team.
I don't care. The nigga, his name Mitchell.
Whole year.
He's on the spot.
Mitchell. If Key Mitchell ain't playing, how about that? Now I'm never going to say his name right. How about that? If Mitchell ain't playing, if Liquor ain't playing,
about that.
Quinyon Mitchell, I do agree is huge. I am concerned about that.
Pause.
However, okay, his loss is huge. I am concerned about that. However, Rodgers stepped in. He played a heck of a game. The ball Rodgers came in the ball. I got to give Isaiah Rodgers all the props to where I
was a starter in for the Colts. Dude can play for real.
I mean, even when he would come in for Slay, he would ball. So I'm confident that he could do his thing. Now, who I'm not confident is Ethan and Tim Ball, Cooper DeJean. Cooper a little bit.
No, time out.
What? That's my man, Cooper.
No, I do like Cooper. I do like Cooper, but he been looking a little sus.
Last couple of weeks, he been
Cooper,
I like Cooper.
What's his name?
Cooper DeJean.
Oh,
it don't matter. They know who you talking about. Just say it like I say. Just like I say, Keon. Just say.
Would you say
he the next coming?
Yeah.
Cooper, that boy. He should have had that pick though. He should have had that pick too. That would have sealed the game.
Oh yeah, he had a joint bounce out his hands.
I know we talked about him not fielding them punts and stuff like that, and it was he fumbled the one. The punts was tough. You seen in even in AJ's defense, you seen they receivers was dropping passes too a few times. So it was a little. You had to get some adjustment to the ball, the slickness of the
AJ had the joke. AJ's was different because he had it, and when he went to tuck it, he ain't tucked it right. And it came loose. I'm like,
but some of that could go to the snowfall and everything else, though.
Some of that could go. Maybe he ain't highlighted enough. Maybe he ain't highlighted enough.
But I agree with you. He should have made the catch. But that being said, that couldn't be a part of it.
Maybe the book wasn't highlighted enough. Maybe he needs to go back and read a couple more inserts. Maybe he reading too much. Has he filled his head with too much foolishness that he can't even perform when it's time to perform? This is crazy.
I mean, he performed. He caught some crucial third down. He caught that third down.
The book got wet.
Yeah, he had a couple
wet, and he had to put the book down, and then he started playing. That's what happened. They had a book no more.
Pages were sticking together. The book down. That's the problem. If the pages wasn't sticking together from the snow and stuff, he couldn't get to the page he had highlighted.
Okay, that's possible. That's possible as well. Or it's possible that he had to put the book down because the snow was falling too heavy, and now he just got to focus on the game, lock in the ball. I don't know. See, one thing that's interesting to me, I noticed this when I was at the game both times. Before they go into the field during the commercial timeout, Schmitty is actually getting passes from either Jalen or whoever the backup quarterback is, or whoever the quarterback coach. Somebody's throwing passes to Schmitty. AJ don't do that. He actually was just standing there before he come out on the field. I'm like, yo, why don't you just? And maybe he's done that his whole career and he's still ball. But to me, it would seem that it's in your best interest just to get your mind locked in on, okay, that thing coming. Let me warm my hands up. Let me get my rhythm going. Surprisingly, AJ don't do that. I don't know why, but Smitty does, and Smitty probably wouldn't have dropped that bomb. But,
because he gets mentally locked in more than physically locked in. His ain't physical. His is mental.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what AJ said. He's not worried about the physical. He uses the book because it helps settle his mental down.
Yeah, he don't want to be on the sideline choking Hurts. Reading that book, I'm telling y'all, it's keeping him from putting his hands around Hurts' throat. Every time he wants to put his hands around Hurts' throat, you know what he does? He grabs his book. He says, you know what, let me grab his book, I'll grab his bull neck.
You ever see how the page is all frayed and whatnot? He probably rolled that joint up in his hand like,
hey, yo. He need like 8 books. He need like 8 books because every time Hurts doing nerve, he start crumping his book up. He gotta get a new book every like
he got like 2 cases of books. I know what that means. He come up with it's a brand new book every.
It's a brand new book and the page is all beat up at every one too.
Hey y'all, leave that man alone. AJ did a lot. He did a lot of good and a lot of bad today. I mean that pass. I'm just looking at it again. That was at the 1 yard line. He catches that. We up and we kind of coasted. They were on that hill.
I agree.
So it's just like but again, them slant routes, he was on the money with them slant routes because they was first downs that were needed.
We had 2 catches. You only had 2 catches, right?
To AJ.
I don't know, but he had 2/3. The 2 of them, he had 2 of them first downs in crucial spots that we needed.
He should have had 5 catches.
But he had 2 catches for 14 yards.
Listen,
Saquon 15 passes.
So where to put Saquon with the all-time rushing game? It's a 26 carry for 205 yards. I know when he had 190.
Would you have been mad if Saquon would have slid down on it? Be like, let's run the clock out.
Did you see how he did that on the touchdown? He actually mimicked that play after he scored the touchdown.
Slowed down. Yeah, he slowed down.
No, he actually slid in the end zone like he did. I think he was kind of making a pun or what happened the week before or whatever. he kind of slid down in the end zone.
The defense took their foot off the pedal too after that. After he scored that, I think the Eagles defense felt the same way that we did. Like, okay, we got it, we got him, and the Rams came back. And you gotta get Stafford props, bro. I mean, he's a Super Bowl winning quarterback.
Yes,
you saw, and you do see. All right, and I know this is the narrative. This is how I see Jalen. I see games like this. To me, this is where you need a bigger arm. You can make because it's hard to get your feet set. Jalen Hurts, if he can get his feet set, he can pass anywhere.
Where you going?
But when you got to use your legs to throw, when you're in a situation like this, like some of these other guys that got arms, like you could throw even when your feet not set. Because I saw Stafford throw a couple of them passes under pressure where he couldn't even get his feet set, and then the snow, and it was all arm passes.
How am I coming in clean, fellas?
It was more so to me. It was more so that bend it don't break defense. That was the reason why he was able to go all over us. Because this is the second time it happened. The Commanders a couple of weeks ago did the same exact thing when he scored 4 touchdowns in the second half. They had nothing to do with Jalen. Jalen wasn't even in the game, but the quarterback was able to throw on our defense. I
kind of agree with Wayne a little bit here because in the cold, when it's cold outside, you have to.
Oh, here we go.
You have to put a little more speed on that ball, So I feel where Wayne is coming from. In the weather conditions, the ball ice up, the ball get tough, and you got to put a little more rip on that. You need a better arm to get that ball in there. So maybe he didn't trust himself to make all the throws, and it kind of looked
did though.
Okay, but you understand he was 15 or 20. He missed 5 passes. So all the crap that y'all talking is nonsense.
You know what though, Tim? Guess what? How many times?
Like one pass past 15 yards.
Wait. How many times was he sacked? So there was pass plays that he didn't even get a pass off, and he took a sack.
Hold on. Ethan, what you say? Say that incorrect information.
Like one pass past 15 yards that was complete.
False. That's false because he threw several that should have been caught. The AJ Brown was
what should have? How many was caught?
No, because you watched the game. Let's go for
how many past 15 yards?
Let's go for your odds because as soon as you watch it, let me finish. Now cut me off, please. As soon as you want to joe your boy up, Josh Allen up, the first thing you want to talk about when me and you was watching that game, his receivers, look, they dropped 2-3 passes. You want to do all that, but now all of a sudden you don't want to bring that up no more. Come on, bro, stop. He threw the ball,
but he still didn't stretch the field. He threw one.
He did.
One pass to AJ. This is deep passes. One pass to AJ and one pass to Devontae. Am I wrong? Is there any more? Did I miss anything?
No, that's what he threw.
Okay.
And then AJ Brown said, "Don't throw it to me no more downfield. I can't catch you."
Maybe they didn't trust his arm going down
until it was third down, and he came up with the big catch.
That's a short slant pass. That's what he was catching. Short slant. They couldn't catch downfield for some odd reason. I can't blame Jalen. You throw it to him, the boys are dropping the ball. What you gonna do? I'm not blaming Smitty because Smitty got hit. Smitty arms actually got hit. The only thing Smitty actually could have did was tuck the ball a little faster, but he caught it. His arms got hit, knocked it loose. I can't hate on that. AJ Brown, John? No, bro. You gotta catch that, bro. You AJ.
And I will say this: after watching that Chiefs Houston game, it was a lot of flags they let go on quarterbacks that they would have called on for the bull Pat Mahomes. A lot. Even the one where Jalen ran out of bounds and dude dragged him down, that was Pat Edwin with the flag. That I don't want to change the subject, but that KC stuff was ridiculous.
It is very ridiculous.
You see the players? I send y'all the players from Tennessee.
Yeah, everybody knows. It's no secret now.
Everybody, yes, they're not even trying to hide it at this point. It's what I'm saying. It's like just it's kind of sort of like how it was with the Patriots. You know how that go.
But I'll say this as well. I know everybody like to get on blaming Jalen Hurts. I don't like Kellen Moore's play calling, bro. If we go question his play calling and some of his play design with some of the little rollout stuff with crucial moments up in the game, then we got to also call into some of his route schemes and designs, which was questioned by some ESPN dudes and all that kind of stuff and all that. That was coming to question when you had the boy, what's his name, the quarterback who Tim posted and all that. He called into question some of the route concepts and where you got these dudes running and how you setting up to attack a defense and all that kind of stuff like that. It's looking a little suspect. It's looking a little suspect.
To be fair, Kellen Moore had 3 interviews this weekend, so he was a little busy.
No, but listen, I'm not even. You know what? I talked to my man Reg, and he made a good point. By Friday, Saturday, the game plan is already locked in. It's already established. What you going to do for the weekend? Oh, that's set. So could it maybe your preparation for these interviews may have intervened a little bit with your thought process, but all in still, that game plan is already locked in already. So I'm questioning this dude's play design, his play scheme, because for some reason, he wasn't having this conversation with Jalen holding the ball too long in 2022 when we had what's his name? I can't remember his name. He was scheming dudes wide open.
I can tell you exactly why. It was a big difference. It was a big difference. Jalen Hurts ran the ball better back then,
and he wasn't getting blitzed like he is. It wasn't out that he doesn't know how to pick up the blitz. Remember, he
used to run himself out. But to that point, though, Ethan, real quick, he used to run himself out of a lot of blitzes. Remember when in that run, it's a lot of times they blitz him and flush him out, and Jalen took off. He don't have that same pickup anymore ever since he got hurt.
Because now they blitzing with corners and safeties.
Just to say it.
That's true.
That can chase them down. And this is another thing.
Just to say it.
With Jalen, this is what scares me about Jalen against the blitz, because if it's not a design play, sometime he doesn't really pick it up. Remember the Goddard with the design play for him to throw? Even on the goal line with the Saquon, it was the design
back and forth. Y'all really
screen for him to play sometime. That just makes me a little nervous.
Y'all crying so much about him not staying in the pocket. He stays in the pocket, and then y'all crying about him not getting
it. He gets sacked. Throw the ball.
It's like you
can see when he's about to get sacked because he put the ball down and he start looking around.
Hey Tim, you know it's a part of staying in. You know what's a part of staying in the pocket. See, if you're still in the pocket and that pressure is coming, you can still throw the ball away down the field. You do know you can do that, right?
He didn't even get a chance to do
that. No. You keep saying he didn't have a chance. He's had. Now I ain't gonna say everyone. I ain't gonna say everyone wasn't.
I say
he definitely got blown up.
That it was his fault. That's it.
I think 2 maybe was legit where they just had a clean run at him. Whereas there were a couple other ones, he was running around trying to make stuff happen and got caught. Like the safety. The safety, he could have just as easily just hurled the ball over Saquon Barkley head out of bounds for incompletion. Where was he going? What was he doing?
Who's that? What you talking about, Jalen?
Yeah, on that safety, he could have easily just. But because when we saying stand in the pocket, you also stand in the pocket mean you read and that timing going off in your head, and if ain't nothing there, they let quarterbacks throw the ball away out of bounds now. Like you can see you just throw it out of bounds,
or even throw it at Saquon feet, because somebody actually was kind of hovering over Saquon. Yeah, so at worst case, excuse me, worst case scenario, throw it at his feet and do not take the sack. You do not take a safety, bro.
But even if you throw it to Saquon, you give Saquon a one-on-one with somebody out there in the open. So, I agree with you at that point. It should have been a safety throw.
Jalen's problem is he thinks he can always make a play. Sometimes you just got to let the play die.
I can agree with that.
He thinks he can always make something happen, and sometimes you just gotta be like, all right, let's get this. This play's over. Let's live to play another play.
The funny part is he actually did that later on for some reason when it was like 3rd down and with that scramble out play, and he saw the one guy there trying to tackle him and he just like slid and took like the 9-yard loss.
Because y'all missed it. Wait 1 second. The safety.
Well, the reason why I hear the crowd going off.
Yo, do you hear me talking? The reason why he couldn't take, or the reason why he took the safety, because the ball was rolling down his hip. Had he was about to fumble the ball, he tried to get control of it, which is
so he don't got good hands now.
No, the ball was slipping out. Do y'all understand what happened? The ball was.
You ain't saying the ball slipping out when AJ Brown was going to make the catch. You blame AJ for catch.
The ball slipped out. It would have been a touchdown. So he took the safety because the ball was slipping out of his hand. He couldn't throw it because the ball was slipping. Did y'all see that part of the play?
No, I didn't. I honestly didn't see that. Maybe I got to watch it again. If that's the case, then okay, I'm not mad. But at the same time,
y'all don't watch football.
But at the same time, though,
don't watch the game.
At the same time, when did that happen during the play? Did that happen when when the dude started coming and he tried to make a move to get out the way?
Just go back and watch the play.
I'm gonna go back and watch it. You know,
so he got to control it. He said, "I'm taking the safety over letting the ball, just letting it go, and then they get a."
No, you don't have to take the safety. Throw the ball out of bounds away.
Maybe I'm gonna speak Chinese for you because you're not understanding.
You don't got to. No, I'm not understanding full-blown read.
If he doesn't have it.
Tim, talk that Chinese to him. Talk that Chinese to him, Tim.
Well, maybe I talk to you like this, Tim.
Your last name is Bungus. You got Chinese last name.
Listen, all you gotta do. I'm saying the ball. He didn't have the ball in his hand. He just didn't have control of the ball.
Okay, I'll go back and watch the play before I definitively rule on what happened.
Tim just made that up. He hoping that when you go back.
But let me address. I think it was X-Man said that he took a bad sack before the half.
X-Man is a hater of Jalen, so whatever he says, you got to take it with a grain of salt.
He is a hater. I'll go back and I'll watch that. I went back and I'll directly watch that play on second down. Now, if you're talking about the third, we was already backed out because the big sack happened on second. He got sacked on second and third, mind you. But we got knocked out of field goal range with the 2nd and 8 sack when Gainwell flat out blew the block. We talked about this in the beginning of the show, X-Man. I don't know if you heard. Gainwell, that was Gainwell's fault. You expect your running back to come take the block and give you an extra second or two to make a throw or whatever. Gainwell flat out blew the block. Jalen gets sacked. Then the third down was like 3rd and 14 or 15 at that point. I think he was trying to. I think that was the Hail Mary play. He was going to try to make a Hail Mary. They blitzed him. They didn't get time to do the Hail Mary. And then,
he had time to do that Hail Mary. I don't know what was going on with that.
No, that rush came in kind of fast. He ain't had time for that.
He had time.
I think that was. I don't think he did. Maybe he did.
The funny part is, I actually was in our chat about to text how proud I was of Jalen because his knee did get bent up. I'm not going to say the fact that they had to put a brace on his knee, he did get dinged up. And I was just about to give him all the props. I'm like, he in there, he a leader, he coming in, and then he did that safety. I couldn't even finish typing what I was typing, bro. Like that safety was uncalled for. You don't take that in that spot in a close game like that, where we done already missed kicks and field goals, and you give them 2 points in the rock. Nah, that was horrible.
Was that first or second down he got in that safety?
That was second down.
That might have been
remember,
third.
it was second.
Second
or third because Saquon got 4 yards on the first carry. He got us some breathing room out the end zone.
See, but that's what I'm saying. Well, again, this is the play calling. And I know you got to trust your quarterback to do some stuff, but some of the play calling was egregious to me, man. I didn't like some of the situational play calling. It wasn't good in certain spots. I know you got to pass the ball. You can't just run 3 yards in a cloud of dust type thing. But some of the situational play calling to me was just a little bit mind-boggling, man, to be honest.
Now wait, I do want to say this though in defense of Jalen. I do want to say this in defense of Jalen though. Like some people saying about how long he held the ball. Some of that could have been because of the weather, because you gotta wait for the defenders, you gotta wait for them receivers to get into their routes a little. Like they're not getting into their routes and everything as quick. So I'll give him that. You do have to hold the ball a little bit longer. But my thing is, when you see something's not there, like I said, even on that one when he scrambled out on and it was like second, then it made his 3rd and 19 because he took that sack and took us out of field goal range. He should have threw the ball away. That one with the bootleg when he faked it to Saquon and then ran out and got sacked back there, like when he just slid down and took the sack, he should have threw the ball. He should have threw the ball away.
But you're talking about the one before they got
I'm talking about the one. All I know is like Saquon. We did a fake handoff to Saquon, and Hurts rolled all the way out.
No. You got to keep that ball. You got to take that.
Why you got to keep it?
Because if you throw the ball, you stop the clock.
He's not talking about in the fourth quarter. He's not talking about the fourth quarter.
No, I am. I know. I hear you about stopping.
You got to
yeah. You take the sack.
But do you worry about stopping the clock, or do you worry about still being in field goal range?
No, you take the. You
got to keep the clock running.
You do not throw that ball. If you throw that ball away, that's the dumbest play you could do because now you give them an extra timeout. They had to call a timeout after you take that sack. Okay. In my opinion, you don't throw that ball away. But and I think that was the thought process. That play. Their thought process was you're going to roll him out. Don't throw it unless he's wide open because he was looking for Goddard and Goddard was covered pretty well. So I
honestly think if he was fully healthy and not Snow, he would have tried to run it. That defensive tackle, he would have ran away from it.
It's funny because we don't realize that the Rams, they had about 100, 111 yards rushing. We had almost 300 yards rushing. So it was like they may have did something great on the passing end, but we did something great on the rushing end. Our offense is based off the run. So y'all getting mad at Jalen because he didn't do something that we got all that rushing with them piling up in the. They was running. We ran all over them last time. They were trying their hardest not to let us run that ball, but we still did. Starting off with Jalen, he set the tone.
Since we talking about play calling, right? Can we stop doing a screen to Smitty? Maybe we could use Dotson Can we stop doing that screen to Smitty? Because I never seen him get more than 2-3 yards on that screenplay, on that RPO screen we keep throwing to Smitty. Stop doing that, please.
Well, maybe do it with him with like 2 tight ends out there that could block for him and give him open because he's not going to break that first tackle for the most part.
You ever seen him get yards on that? Has anybody?
I don't know if I feel like he's had to. I feel like he got to, but I can't really remember.
I think Dotson more built to do that than Smitty though.
Or some screen passes to Saquon.
To me, when they do it, I seen the Texans run that same exact play yesterday. When the Texans did it, they actually had 2 blockers, 2 lead blockers, and the receiver was the third person. He caught it in between them, bang, they hit the block, and he ran. I think, did he get a touchdown? If he didn't get a touchdown, he got pretty far with it. That's the play, but every time they send it to me, they do it with Smitty. He only got one blocker. Maybe tight end. Tight end. Who was it?
Yeah, AJ and the other dude. AJ and the other wide receiver.
And Dotson this time. But most of the time, it's saying is one. Today, it might have been 2. Most of the time, it's saying is 1 blocker, and then you got Goddard coming off with or Calcaterra, somebody coming off the tight end position to try to throw like a block on one of the the linebackers or something. But I don't know. I agree. It don't work. They keep going back to it, and it hasn't ever worked. I think the most we might have got out that play was maybe 10 yards like 2 years ago. They keep going back to this joint. They need to let that play die. Let it go. I agree with that.
Plus of all, it seemed like Smitty ain't the one to run it because then he's running in traffic and you just setting him up to get mollywopped. That's why I said to me, I think a player like Dotson or somebody be more equipped to run that type play.
Derek Free said he's talking about whatchamacallit, Stafford. 326 pass yards is good, but the fumbles they had killed them. I prefer controlling the clock. Yeah, the fumbles definitely killed. The fumbles is huge, bro.
Who fumbled? The running back fumbled once, and he
fumbled twice. One was recovered, but he fumbled, and then
they had a fumble
too, right?
Yeah,
we had a fumble too that was recovered.
Jalen fumbled, recovered. Yeah,
Ertz fumble and Cooper DeJean fumble.
Well, that was a muff punt kind of thing.
Is that considered a muff punt or a fumble? What do they call it?
Muff punt.
Okay.
It just goes to show our defense once again saves our bacon.
But we did put up 28 points.
They couldn't do it last year when they was ranked 30th in the league. But
I mean,
the offense still put up some points. The offense. All that being said, the offense still put up 28 points.
So all right, I hear what you're saying with that, but that's just like our turnovers gave us great field position that we scored off of.
Well,
wait. The one fumble when
I don't think we scored no touchdowns off of
any of them. We scored 6 points off of them.
Did we score any touchdowns
off the fumble that he brought back to the 10?
That we should have scored a touchdown on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. My point is, we still was driving the ball. Saquon's 2 big runs was all like 60-yard runs. Jalen Hurts' run was a 50-yard run. That's 3 touchdowns right there that we got that the defense didn't set us up with close to the drum. We had to get that down the field. You know what I'm saying? So the offense still got the rock moving. I know the defense did their thing. I'm not hating. But the offense still did their thing as well. And we should have had even more points if it wasn't for some drop passes.
Hold on. Talk about, did the offense really get their thing moving when Saquon had like 2 60-yard runs and
Jalen,
those was
okay. So
I'll say this. Hold on before you cut me off.
Okay.
They didn't methodically move up the field.
Why do you have to do that?
They had home run hitters. But I take
So if for the offense to be deemed as cooking, you have to dink and dunk or methodically move down the field?
Yeah, because we should have methodically moved up to the field when we had it with 2 minutes, and that would have ended the game.
I mean, you play a little tighter when there's 2 minutes left. And for 2, that was a dumb play call. We all know that on second down to have him roll out instead of just handing the ball off, or maybe even throwing a screen pass.
Did the offense really click all game? They didn't really.
All right.
click.
Looking at the plays, right? Looking at our scoring drives, we had now again, like you said, the first 2 we had the one where Saquon ran big and the one where Hurts ran big.
We had 2.
But then other than that, well, yeah. But I'm saying like in the first half, we got them 2 touchdowns. But then on our next scoring drive, 9 plays, 5 minutes, we started at our 30 and only got to the 44, and it was a field goal. Then we got the safety. Then it started off the third quarter. We had 4 plays, 5 yards, 126. and we got a field goal. So that was off of our defense getting us the ball short yardage when we got the ball at the Rams 10 and only got a field goal.
That was the fumble by Rodgers picked up and ran back.
And so then the next time, 8 plays, we started at the Rams 38, went 19 yards and got a field goal. So we got the ball in the Rams territory often, and our offense didn't. I mean, it's the weather and everything else with it too. I agree, but like to Ethan's point, I think we just have big hit plays, huh?
Do you really agree? Do you understand that the weather conditions did play a role in a lot?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, we talking about how many points our offense had. The defense put us in position to score a lot more than we even did.
But the offense did on their own gave us at least 21 points.
AJ dropped the touchdown that Jalen. What did he say? They had Jalen with this.
Yeah, but we still scored a touchdown on it. Didn't we still score a touchdown on the drive?
So, which one?
When AJ dropped it, didn't we still score a touchdown? We didn't score a touchdown on that drive?
No, we didn't score a touchdown on that drive.
Okay. All right.
No. AJ dropped the touchdown. They had the Jalen with the sneak that he took off the board on the false start. He hit Smitty with the one that he dropped. And then he said the game should have been different, but we pulled through. I agree. That's what Carl Hudson said. I agree with that. I think it was some plays that a lot of cash we left on the table. We got the win, so I'm good with that. But those, to me, are uncharacteristic plays that I think we're going to clean up next week. A.J. Brown, you rarely see him drop a ball like that. As a matter of fact, you see him make more fantastic catches than drop. Same thing with Smitty. When he dropped that pass against Washington, I couldn't really knock him. It was irritating because the game was in the bag. But all is forgiven with Smitty with that drop for real, because I thought that game was going to be the game that cost us home field throughout. Well. Come to find out, they didn't need that game because home field came to us.
Exactly.
Take that L. So I'm good. All is forgiven with Smitty. It ain't costing home field at all. So now it's just a matter of us handling business, to be honest with you.
I honestly, that's why I say my biggest concern is Jalen going forward. Like, not Jalen as a player, but Jalen's injury with that knee. Because Jalen's not the same player. If he don't got that mobility, Jalen is nowhere near the same player. His mobility puts him up there on a higher echelon of quarterbacks when he's able to run and get out of situations and do that.
I can agree.
If he can't move around and do that, it's going to be rough going against Washington.
Are you more concerned?
That's what any mobile quarterback. You taking away one of the qualities that they
Nah, because you got some quarterbacks that are mobile but still have.
No, if you take away that's true. But what I'm saying,
you take away the Bills quarterback passing.
Take away an asset from somebody, you're not as good, and it's less.
I know. I hear what you're saying about not being as good, but Jalen's strong suit is his running. I'll say 50-50 with it because his passing is not trash, but I think his running opens so much up for him. Even the threat of him running causes guys to have to cover him a different way where it will open up for him to get the passes behind there, which he's good at doing and stuff like that. I think him not being able to run and move, especially since that's like his first instinct when certain stuff happens in business, his first instinct is to start moving, which he's good at. But if he's injured and his knee's really damaged, that could be an issue.
He wouldn't answer. He failed to answer the question on the post-game interview when he was getting interviewed. I don't know if y'all saw it. I think y'all was on the pod arguing already. But on the post-game interview, the girl came over. It was him and Saquon they was interviewing. And she asked him, how was his knee? And he said, I know I'm going to hear this question all week. But he said, I'm just going to enjoy this win. She said, but are you okay? And he said, I finished the game. So that to me leads a lot of speculation onto how good that really is. Because if you're good, you'll be like, no, I'm good. Well, I'll see you next week. He never said I'm good. He just said I finished the game. That was his statement. So that is a little concerning to me. I'm also concerned that Isaiah Rodgers and the bull Quinyon Mitchell are both hurt. Isaiah Rodgers went out with an injury. I don't think he returned before the end of the game, did he? Did Isaiah Rodgers ever come back after he got out?
So we struggling right there with the we got Keely Ringo. He's probably gonna go in and be that outside corner. But I don't know outside of that.
Didn't Washington lose a key player too for their their O lineman or something like that?
His offensive lineman, and I think their tackle went down.
Yeah.
We'll see. Injuries
are starting to add up. Injuries are starting to add up. I ain't gonna hold you. It's a little concerning.
It is. I'm around 58. Kellen Moore sucks. He doesn't create enough escape routes for Hurts. Everything take so long to develop. I think it's a lot of truth in that. I do. I think it's some truth in that. I do think it's sometimes Hurts can get the ball in his hands faster on certain routes, but I do think some of our routes are very long developing routes. I can agree with that.
Okay.
But
Chris Hatcher said Mitchell said he'll be fine in the interview. We'll see.
Good.
Because if he was that short and he was that fine, he should have been back on the field today. So the fact that he ain't come back out there, you can say you're going to be fine, but then tomorrow, once the swelling and stuff start kicking in and other stuff start happening, yeah.
I mean,
he spoke to the media, so that's a good thing.
And we got a short days, and we get one less day to rest because Washington played on Saturday this weekend.
Yeah.
And we played Sunday.
yeah, I mean, we'll see. I think. I mean, hopefully he is fine. Maybe it was a thing they took some X-rays and he thought it was more damage than it was, and all that kind of stuff like that, and just told him, we're gonna need you next week. Sit out. I don't know what's up, Phil W. But
What's up, Phil?
hopefully we get it. Hopefully we get it popping. We got a victory today, 28-22. Fly Eagles fly. The road to the Super Bowl in the NFC goes through Philly.
So what are y'all thinking about next week though? The Commanders game.
I told you already.
I gotta see. I gotta see what the injury reports are. Honestly,
I can agree with that. All things being considered, if Quinyon back, Isaiah back, and Jalen Knee is at least around 80-90%, we're gonna smack him in the mouth. It's gonna be easy work.
I know the boy.
we might hit the Nick Foles.
Saquon got hurt too as well. He hurt his hand.
Yeah,
So,
He gonna be all right. See, people getting gat. Washington is a solid team. They had 12 wins this year. Solid team. Let's not get overly gassed up by them running up the score on a pretty much limping into the playoffs Detroit team who had they had a pretty much a whole backup was playing.
So do we. So do we right now.
If we good,
players were on the injury reserve during the year.
Yes.
They lost 18 players.
And they lost more in that game. So they was struggling all throughout the end, especially the end of the season. They were struggling big time. They was the 20th ranked defense in the league, and everybody like, oh man, they put up 40 on Detroit. Anybody would have put up 40 on Detroit for real. I'm gonna keep it.
I will say though, the boy Jalen Daniels, because they do all four downs. They don't do. They was like the Rams was punting a lot after third down and fourth down.
Mm-hmm.
They go 4 downs easy every time. So
they didn't do that against us all the time. That was on Detroit.
I was about to say that might play. Yeah, if they try that against us, that might play into our hands.
They did on us too. Y'all had to watch that game. They did on us a couple of times.
They not okay. Let them bring that forces.
Like I'm around said, CJ Gardner-Johnson got ejected out of that game, and it changed the dynamics of that game.
Exactly. That's another thing. Yes, you had Tim going,
and Hurts got concussed.
Jalen got concussed. I'm telling you, I'm predicting a 32 to like I give them 17, 30-17.
We're going to blow them out.
It's gonna be a rout.
All right. Shout out to Jalen. Hope is late. Hope the knee isn't damaged.
Absolutely. I agree.
Hope it's not like some MCL sprain or something. But
if it is, they need to put that back up in there.
Yeah.
The third stringer.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us today.
How you Phil? Hey Phil, come back here Sunday when we play Sunday, right? Sundays.
Yep. Sunday at 3. I think it's the 3:00 game.
At the Sunday, Phil, come back here, and I want you to apologize for calling me crazy about this game. I want you to say, yo, man, you know the game. Not only was you nice playing, but you was nice talking. That's what I want you to do come Sunday at like 6:00. I'll be here.
Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. If y'all haven't already, hit that like button. And
shout out to TikTokers.
Oh yeah, we back.
I'll be back 6 and we say 6 fan and Washington fan. Okay, that's right.
Let's go.
All right,
next week. Eagles back next week. Peace.